Man, you corny!
What up, y'all? Mr. Zoo Nation, aka Sabotage Jones and Rafa. Welcome to another episode of the Haters Guide. Today, we're going to be talking about basically all three formats. I'm going to be real with you. The main topic is definitely going to be VPremium, but we are going to be talking about all three formats. Now, here's the thing. There's been a lot of speculation going on ever since we've been announced this Springfest. The main topic is Bushiroad doesn't feel like they deserve to do three formats, or they're not capable of doing three formats. So a lot of people are saying that if they were to eliminate any of the formats of the process of elimination, it would most definitely be VPremium. Now, the real question is, if Bushiroad was to get rid of one of the formats, should they get rid of VPremium? The reason for this particular topic is because VPremium doesn't offer nothing compared to premium format in Overdress. Now, the thing is, when it comes to premium format, premium offers a lot of opportunity. It offers a lot of... It basically offers a lot of things that, like, Vanguard to its rawest form. That's like the combos, that's the deck extension, that's the carpool extension, that's the defensive mechanics and everything else like that. There is, what else is there? There's like the combos that exist. I mean, there's like a lot of things that premium format offers, but the overall thing is that premium format does everything that VPremium can't and more. With Overdress though, Overdress provides people who are getting into the game a safe space to play. It also has, in my personal opinion, the best financial accessibility that the game also have to offer as well. It's all like, well, I will admit that some of the decks in Overdress now are starting to get up in price. It's basically still a cheaper format compared to premium format, and of course VPremium. And then at the same time, in my personal opinion, because I know not everybody's going to agree with this, I also feel like that Overdress has the most balanced format out of the three. It's all like, and the reason I'm claiming this is because all of the trial decks in the game that exist in Overdress has a way to play at a tier 1 level once you upgrade them to the, to the best of their abilities. While as when you look at premium format, it's like, I'm gonna be real with you. I know like a lot of people are gonna kind of disagree with me on this as well. I honestly feel like that the over triggers is the only reason why the format isn't complete shit. It's all like, I don't necessarily like the over triggers per se, but I will admit when it comes to defensive trigger wise, like when it comes to playing defense, the over triggers are kind of sort of like a good get out of jail free card. It's all like, and I honestly are like, when you look at the decks that exist in said format, you kind of sort of see like what I mean by this. Like, you look at Nightmare Dolls, you look at Hell Hard 8, you look at pretty much everything that, Shadow Paladins and Broils and all this other stuff can actually do. You look at something like how good Aqua Force is, or I will even dare to say like Gear Chronicle or anything else like that. I mean, when you look at like the top tier decks of the format, and you see like how powerful the strikes are, when you notice how often you run into cards that says, oh, you have like some type of guard restriction at some given form. It's like, oh, you can't use like grade 1s, you can't use sentinels. Like, if you realize how often you run into cards that prevent you from playing something on the Guardian Circle, you will realize why I said, hey, over triggers are technically the thing saving the format and preventing the format from looking like as linear as VPremium, like when you really think about it. Because like at least the over triggers, when you think about it from like a defensive stance, they at least give you they at least give you an extended life. Like they give you like a what do you call it? Like they give you a life extender and whatnot. I guess you want to call it. I'm gonna just go with that for right now. But like, I know like everybody says, oh well, using the over triggers doesn't really make your win justified. Where in my personal opinion, yeah, I will admit that. When you look at it from an offensive standpoint, I 100% agree. Over triggers don't necessarily give you, you know, that satisfactory win. It doesn't feel like an actual win. It feels like you cheated your way through there. But at the same time, I've always put this suggestion. Why don't Bushiroad just errata the fucking over trigger? Like, let's be real on that. If they just errata the over trigger, I guarantee you everybody will look at it different. And what I mean by errata, I mean specifically the power that it gives. I don't think that it should be 1,000,000. I feel like 1,000,000 makes it completely BS. And I honestly feel like making it 1,000,000 makes it really unfair, which is why everybody says that using the over trigger doesn't feel like a satisfying win. In my personal opinion, I feel like it should be like 50k. Well, okay, let's put that 50k. 50k if you hit an over trigger. And the reason why I say 50k is because if you're only gaining 50k from this one particular trigger, you still have the possibility of normal guarding it without a sentinel. Because let's be real again, like I said, there's a lot of things that prevent you from using sentinels, you know, from your hand or anything else like that, or using sentinels at all. But like if your opponent was to, let's say they were hitting like 30k or something like that, then it's a possibility that you can actually defend all that just by normal means. You know, when you're using like the G Guardians, or you're using everything, you know, when using the G Guardians, or let's say you're not prevented from using Sentinels, you're prevented from using like grade 1s or higher, you still have the Sentinel crits. Matter of fact, I feel like putting the over trigger at 50k will make Sentinel crits a lot more used than they are currently. I'ma just be real with you on that. I honestly feel like that the usability of Sentinel crits will go up significantly if they were to ever do that. But outside of all that, what about VPremium? What does VPremium offer? Almost absolutely nothing. However, I will also say this. Just because VPremium doesn't offer nothing much compared to Overdress and compared to premium format, doesn't necessarily mean it needs to go. Because I'm going to be real with you on this. And this is just my theory. I feel like if you get rid of VPremium, you get rid of Vanguard entirely. I feel like Vanguard would die if you get rid of VPremium. Reason being is because a mass majority of the player base was playing V Series when it came out. A mass majority of the player base came back into the game or came directly into the game when when the first reboot actually started. Let's be real on that. It's all like, yes, we still have our veteran players that have been around since like, oh man, like look at, Blaster Blade, Blaster Dark, you know, we were still there with Amaterasu and all that other stuff was there. You know, you still have people that was there like around that particular time, but at the same time, it's all like, yo, you still have a lot of people who came in when the first reboot happened. Like, remember, the amount of the player base jumped up high when the first reboot started. And it's not saying that there wasn't a lot of players who came in during G era, there wasn't a lot of players that came out during retro era Vanguard, but there was a mass majority of people going into VPremium. outside of that, you also got to remember that a lot of people, the reason why you have a lot of V Premium players not really converting to premium format is because, let's be real, premium format is not a trustworthy motherfucker. Let's be real on this. It's all like, think about this. Yes, premium format has a lot to offer. Yes, premium format is a more extensive version of V Premium, and yes, premium format definitely does a lot of stuff that V Premium can't do. However, the trust in premium format is gone. Like, yes, the October 2021 ban list, it helped a lot. It basically made the best version we have ever seen in premium format, but you gotta look at the facts. Premium format was a shit format from a balanced perspective. It's all like, you can't sit here and be all like, oh, you know, we're just gonna let Ezo, you know, basically take over the format as, you know, as a whole, knowing that if your deck is slower than Ezo, you can't play the game at all. Or like, whatever the fuck that was with, you know, Kakuro and what was it? Kakuro and Genesis, where they were like, oh, I hit a stand trigger. Let me restand the rear guard that allows me to actually drive check multiple times. It's all like, why would you trust any format that allows that shit? It's all like, especially knowing that there are hardly any clans that can actually answer it. And yes, it's finally over. It's finally done. Bushiroad did his thing, but the scars are right there. I also have to put this into consideration. Me personally, I do not trust Premium Collection 2022. I'm gonna just be real with you on that. Me personally, even though I am pro premium to the max, premium is my main format, most definitely. I'm always down for premium, but fuck the premium collections. I'm gonna just be real with you on that. Fuck it. Yes, it extends it brings new life to premium format, which I 100% agree with. But both of the times that we had premium collection 2019, premium collection 2020, that shit was garbage. That shit broke the game to all hell for no apparent reason. If you look at the current ban list for premium format, you either see a card from both of those playsets that are either banned, limited, or restricted in some form or fashion. Or matter of fact, we've seen cards get restricted just because of that particular playset. It's all like, think about it. Premium Collection 2019 has Good Steel and Katrina on there for a prime example. Two cards that broke the game most indefinitely. Not as much as Ezreal at that particular time though, but let's be real, I'm still even mad that Katrina got hit first before Good Steel. Let's be real, they both were equally toxic. They both were equally toxic in their own particular way. But why in the fuck would you get rid of Katrina but keep Gastille, knowing that Gastille pluses off of whatever new support Darky regulars get? So you can choice restrict one combo one day, Darky regulars get some new support, and all of a sudden Gastille actually, Gastille actually becomes top tier meta again. It made no sense. It didn't have to take that long to hit him. He was an obvious hit, and Bushiroad let him stay there for so long. And then look at Premium Collection 2020. All I have to mention is the vanilla engine. That's all I have to mention. And all of a sudden, you getting World War II flashbacks and shit like that. You know how bad people hated Zarzan? You know how bad the community hated Zarzan? I remember there was that one picture of people having... there was that one picture of Zarzan getting burned to death. I have never, like, there has been some assholish units in the game, yes. Like me, for a prime example, I hate Overlord, I hate Colonel Jet Dragon, and I hate Luar with a fucking passion. But I have never went as far as being all like, I hope somebody draw artwork of these motherfuckers burning to death and burning to hell and shit like that. I've never took it that far. But Zarzan got so much hate that there was a literal mat of Zarzan getting burned to death. And I'm all like, damn, how did that happen? It's all like, because that set was fucking busted. And then don't even get me started on Tempest Spear. I think I was one of the very few people who was arguing and saying that Tempest Spear needed to get banned and never should have ever existed. Because I still to this day don't understand what was going through Bushiroad's mind when they were all like, oh, let's put somebody at GB1 before anybody gets to grade 3. That should have never happened. But I'm going to be real with you. To overall close this video, if Bushiroad was to actually get rid of VPremium, I honestly wouldn't mind it, but I honestly feel like that they will be killing the game in the process. If they were to get rid of VPremium, hypothetically, without actually killing the game, Bushiroad needs to do 2 particular things. The first thing is make sure is all like the first thing, and I definitely feel like premium players could probably do this. The first thing is to convert a maximum of 90% of the VPremium player base to premium format. If they were to ever do that, I honestly feel like if they were to get rid of the format, they would lose a lot of players, but they won't lose a mass majority of their player base. But then, on the other hand, the second one, I feel like pulls up on more of Bushiroad's part, is making premium format more affordable. It's all like, yes, the revival collections actually did wonders to the particular format, but the format overall is still expensive, especially if you're starting the format from scratch. The only saving grace, in my personal opinion, is the fact that there are some overdressed decks that can survive in that format and actually be built in that format, and all you really need to do is get some more triggers, probably a couple of cards here and there, and then at the same time get a G-Zone and you'll be good. But I feel like that the only way that the format is cheaper is if you already had a VPremium deck and all you're really doing is adding a G-Zone to it in whatever the premium format criticals are. But outside of that, man, I'm gonna end it right here. My name is Mrs. Zoo Nation, aka Savage on the Jones of Rafa. This has been the Haters Guide, and thank you for watching the video and whatnot.